Edward Oscar Heinrich was a chemist first, and he made a living and built a reputation as sort of one of the great criminologists and experts, and sort of the go-to guy on the West Coast for crime detection. He was one of the first sort of scientific criminologists. He was less interested in motive and more interested in the scientific testing of the evidence, which is new at the time. Heinrich did work on a lot of important sort of murder trials. The very first one he's known for is the Fatty Arbuckle case, which was here in San Francisco. And Heinrich was mainly working on fingerprints for that case. He also worked on one of the most famous train robberies in the country, which was the Train 13 it's called, which was robbed up in the Siskiyou Mountains. Heinrich was sort of responsible for solving what ended up being a 4-year manhunt for the brothers who not only robbed the train but killed people in the process. He's also very well known for his work on the murder trial relating to David Lamson, where David Lamson was accused of murdering his wife in Palo Alto. Trial of the century kind of thing. One of the unusual things about the collection, he was working at a time when criminal evidence wasn't as regulated and controlled. So he ran a private crime lab. He would take criminal evidence into his lab to test, and he didn't always return it. He kept it and he held on to it. So he will end up with, whether it are bullets, sometimes there were 3 guns in the collection that he tested because he was an expert on firearms and ballistics. And he would actually take bits of the scene, like pieces of wood or pieces of carpet. He would take fibers from clothing. It's unusual to have a collection that has this kind of criminal evidence in it, and that tells the story of sort of early scientific criminology across a lot of different types of crimes. And I've searched, I haven't seen any collection quite like this in any other archives.